So, hello, I'm Hyunghwan. Today, I will share Kreatus, which is web service where content creators can sell services to their fans. Keyboard not work. Okay. So, for a little more background, I think Doug already mentioned, but as a UX designer, I work at Adobe by day and I design Photoshop product. And by night, I work on my company sequences. This company is founded in Korea because of my visa status, but I have founded this company and team. I'd like to introduce the team briefly. Sequences is a team of two founders, me and another web developer. Goal of this team is to build services to help small size content creators sustainable so that they can pursue what they like to do full time. And at this moment, we are still exploring and validating products for micro creators. Creators is actually the second service we made. The first one we made was the web service where content creator can share the video with their sponsors, their brands, and then get feedback on it. And then we moved to this product because there was not enough big market opportunity. So we just wrap it up and move on to the next thing. To find out what problems to tackle next, we conducted interviews with target users. Here, I'd like to introduce a few of them. First group I talked was video game streamers. They today sell coaching sessions to fans. For example, VOD review for Overwatch gamers or Valorant gamers. This is one of their income sources. How they sell sessions involves lots of manual work today, from getting requests to delivering the service to the fans. And second group is dance content creator. This person has a full-time job at big company. He wants to pursue dancing full-time, but income only from content creation is not sufficient. So he'd like to sell dance choreography classes or feedback on fans' dance video to support his life. Uh, like connecting with this type of total stranger was really hard, but it was must thing to do before building the product. And I'd like to share my strategy with you. So I recruited all interviewees using cold email and Discord messages, sometimes Twitter messages. I think 90% of my emails didn't get a reply back. And then, yeah, and what I learned from this process is something like this. The strategy is don't be afraid of not getting email back. That is really default normal thing. And just set targets and keep send messages with personalizations. Don't do copy and paste messages. It will, I think, increase like significant amount of reply back rate. For example, uh, like this one, I mentioned what I liked from their content. Uh, doesn't go to the problem I found. After talking to about 10 micro creators on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, I found patterns. First, their income is not consistent, so that it is hard to pursue their dream, which is content creation full time. And some of them sell online services or want to sell online services in the future, but they don't have a solution to list their niche offerings simply. For those who currently sell services, selling actually involves lots of admin work. And here comes the product, Kreatus. Kreatus is a web platform where creators can sell service easily. People can easily set up service page and automate order pipeline and communication. And we creators takes 15% platform fee each transaction. This is a real example page from one of our users. Gigi is a hairstylist and also makeup artist. And again, it's also this person is also an Instagrammer. She has, I don't remember exact number, but 5K or around 10K followers. She listed her offerings uh, mostly are on makeup or there are more I cut out, but it's mostly makeup services that she wants to provide to her followers. It's really easy to set up a page like this. Then this is the page for creators to sell. Uh, this is a page where creators can manage their orders. This is development data, not real one. Here they can change the status and everything will be notified using the email service to uh, creators and also the people, the fans who requested these services. And then this is a request detail page. All information creator needs to have to deliver service is here. It's really well organized. So now I'd like to share how I built Creatus, a little story behind of it. Since I have technical founder, our original tech stack was something like this: React and Firebase. But another founder had to take a month off, so and then I didn't know how to code. I still don't know how to code, but I have to keep working on the product and ideas. So I decided to go a no code route. Then this is an overview of the stack. There are many different services. I will go one by one from Webflow I'm using for landing page. For the landing page, I use Webflow. With this, I am able to update content really quickly, and also I can keep good enough visual really easily. I think it is much faster than asking a developer to update the content time to time and also update the like how the component looks like or change the color, something like that. So I will probably keep use Webflow to test out different ideas, even if I end up use code, real code later on. So this is one I use for lending. And this is also an example how I changed when I first launched the Creators 4 weeks ago and how it looks like today. And then for the actual service, we use Bubble for web app and Stripe for payment. And for automated emails such as request update and service delivery, we use Sendgrid. A nice thing about the Sendgrid is they offer really generous free plan. So I really liked it. I think I can stay on free plan for a while. Then for yeah, and also we have weekly newsletter. For this, I use ConvertKit. I originally used the Mailchimp service to set up this newsletter system, but I felt that it's really overwhelming. It was too complicated for my use case, so I switched over to this ConvertKit, and I think it's really simple and good enough for my use case. And then lastly, all kinds of documents I use Notion. For example, I have the creators has product guide, roadmap, change log. We all use I use Notion for all these different pages. So all of this was done in 3 weeks by one non-developer. I think it was really impressive and sometimes hard, but nice learning. Now that another founder came back to the company, but we still use this no-code stack for experimenting or build different ideas. And traction, uh, like I said before, I we released this product 4 weeks ago, and now we have 11 creators on our service. Most of them signed up through cold email or message. We haven't done any social media marketing. I'm planning to do one this week and next week. Let's see how it goes. And this is the slide I collected few examples our users posted on our service. It's really uh, the range is really uh, wide from just no regular story time on Instagram or makeup artist coaching, makeup shopping, and also we have one uh, creator who does programming content. This person listed resume review service on our service, and now I have another problem to solve. Uh, we don't have any sales happen yet, so that is the problem I am facing right now. And here's my observation so far. Uh, I found that some users don't promote their page, creators page on their YouTube or Instagram. And some users list all kinds of services without knowing what their fans want. So they just wanted to sell whatever they can sell. Those are two observations I had so far. And then I we are keep getting requests from our users, which is they want to help on marketing from our side. So next move. To solve the problem of no sales, we're going to motivate users to promote their creators page and help their promotion. And also, we will help their market research and marketing. I'm planning to do some kind of uh, marketing boot camp type of thing with one of our users. So that will be work I will be done next week. And then outside of talking to existing users, I will keep reaching out to strangers. For example, I will talk to creators who actively sell services to fans, and I'd like to talk with fans who purchase services from creators. And specifically for the second one, fans who purchase services from creators, I uploaded the unmoderated testing to user testing, and I got several answers. It is really nice way to get quick feedback or quick interview, unmoderated testing online. So I recommend that as well. And then based on all research interview, I will keep build and experiment and working hard. Then last part, ask. Okay, so if you have any suggestion or request idea, please DM me on Slack. And if anyone wants to work with me who has interest in building products to support creator economy, please DM me as well. Thank you. Now it's Q&A time, I think.
Awesome. Thank you, Hyunghwan. Cool. We're gonna get started with the Q&A portion for Creatus. So I asked a question about no code. My question was, have you run into any dead ends using no code? Because everyone knows that it's easy to have something up and running, but where you suffer is how customized your experience can be. And then sort of related is how are you working around it? And between you and your technical co-founder who's, can write code, are you guys looking to double down on no code and do more things on it, or to move more things to your own custom stack?
We so far we actually spent together on no code. For example, there are things I am not able to do on Bubble only using no code, and my co-founder could write customized JavaScript code to bypass that limitation. That's how I worked with my co-founder on no code platform. And actually, I know it is really easy and quick way to build initial product, but the problem is it's a little hard to. I think this is only problem for Bubble platform. It's really hard to update whatever I built before because it's really, yeah, there's no way I can write down comments how I made this decision or why I made decision. So whenever I go back to my previous no code base, I have no clue. I always need to like navigate all kind of components on screen and then figure out reason every time I open it again. Yeah, that is I think really blocker every day I face.
Gotcha, gotcha. Cool. Thank you for sharing. And we have two questions from Iris. If you would like to unmute and directly ask Hyunghwan.
Uh, yeah. So can you hear me? Hello?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. So you mentioned, so the first question is about how did you identify this specific idea? Just wondering, because you did mention that you guys worked on another idea first and then transitioned to this one. I was just trying to hear a little bit more story around the journey of you specific identified this one to work on as your next idea. Um, Sounds like you worked on something also related to creators and maybe like video related and then get feedback. Is that the inspiration for the second idea?
Like I always wanted to build a product for uh, content creators on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. And then for the first idea, which was video feedback application in between creator and sponsor, I just built without asking the people who might use the product later. So in this time I didn't want to make the same mistake, so I went to customers first and asked them what kind of situation they have and what kind of problem they have, what kind of uh, things they want to have in the future. Yeah, I'm not sure if this answered your question. Then
Uh, yeah, sort of. I mean, specifically about, um, you know, the first idea is more about getting feedback, and the second one is directly about selling about
yeah.
the skill. So yeah, I just wonder like what made you shift specifically to this direction, other than like, you know, I guess talking to customers always will help. But like if there's a point where you feel like, you know, well, part of the selling actually makes more sense, and just wanted to hear a little bit more about like what's that point that made you feel like this is really exciting for your users and why.
Yeah, for the first idea, after building the first version of it, MVP, and I shared with some influencers, creators, and realized that that feedback process is usually not longer than one round or at most two rounds. So there's really small need of having this type of tool to review or exchange feedback on the video between creator and brands or sponsors. That's how I realized that the first idea wouldn't sell. And then,
Mhm.
yeah, the reason why I got into this uh, monetizing fan base, like selling skills or selling service to their people, is uh, after wrapping up the first idea, I was talking to uh, professional Overwatch coach who is now doing Twitch streamer, and then realized that their process of selling this coaching is really not efficient, and probably I can help with. That was the reason why I really switched. And then I talked to different people different type of creators, and then looks like they have similar problem, or they want to sell similar things, but they don't have the service yet. Yeah, and
Gotcha.
that made me interested and worked on it.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Very interesting to hear the like how didn't the first one work, and then continue to explore sort of the SAM market and found something more needing better solution, and it's actually a real problem than the first one. Good to know. Um, Thanks for answering that. I think there's a second question I have. I just wonder if you have like looked into how others in your market have built their site. Like, is there any competitors? What's the landscape of your competitors like in this? Like, in they are they also building services, selling coaching sessions for the creators, and how did they approach the problem of like building the website?
Yeah, lately I saw that link in bio companies such as Beacons, or there's a Jemmy, or maybe Linktree as well. They recently added a feature to sell services to their audience, fans, followers. I think they became our competitors. And also, I think Patreon or maybe OnlyFans as well. They are indirect competitor to us, even though they don't have this type of personalized coaching session selling feature, but they sell exclusive content to their, you know, they help to sell exclusive content to paid members of the fan base. In that sense, I think they are really big. It's not direct competitor, but really big and indirect competitors.
Cool. And they also have like already existing services, or like the platform to sell the services to help their creators help sell the services, or like how like did you research on to how did they get started building like a site?
uh, I didn't really research about how they started the business. I only researched how. Oh yeah, I think I need to mention this. A
Yeah.
few weeks ago, I really like user testing. So I launched the unmoderated testing to test competitors. For example, I asked testers to use, uh, I recruited people who actively use Patreon and asked them what they like about it, what they dislike about it. And also users who use Linktree or Beacons, ask them what they like about it, what they dislike about it. And yeah, that's the research I recently done about this type of competitors. And then what else I can say about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, sounds like they have their sites, and I'm assuming you definitely looked at what their site are like, and how other users are having problems with it or not, or like enjoying which part, and so you can keep as well. Um, yeah, I mean, like, since you're talking about how you're building this site, so I'm just curious how your competitors did it. Like, is it attaching to existing services they already have, or existing platforms they already have, or like they're also building from scratch for just something dedicated to this particular purpose of serving the creator to sell their sessions? Um,
Yeah.
All right. I think we have time for one more question, once again from Jahan, who has his hand up.
Yes. Hey man, I have a quick question for you actually. I know you briefly mentioned about the services that you're using for the it was email news. So one of the challenges I've used some of the other ones. So what's interesting, a lot of them, especially if they're using a lot of Gmail, so your news end up not getting open. I was wondering if you ever come around the solution for that. This is some of the challenges we are facing. For example, making sure, hey, they receive it, they open the mail, the news, especially if you have a Gmail. Any suggestion? Did you have number one? Did you have those challenges? Number two, did you come up with any solution for that?
Yeah, that's the problem I am facing actually. Like I'm not sure how Gmail works. Like the Convert Kit, what I use for this newsletter, it shows me really small statistics. Like for example, how is open rate looks like, or how is click rate looks like if I included any link inside, and who clicked it.
Yeah, the
But
conversion is a problem. The number of the percentage of people that they open and they click on it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but the first one I sent was over 60%, but the one I sent this week was 17%. I don't know how to make this increased, because I just started from last week, and I think I need to figure out how to solve it. Probably the reason is because the subject of the email, or I'm not sure.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, if I may bring the Namo team over here, do you have similar challenges too? I know I'm switching between you and I'm just asking Namo.
No. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
So what was interesting, so he mentioned earlier, and he didn't use the Mailchimp, and he was using the news, sending news, correcting news email. So one of the challenges with news email is the conversion of the percent of people that they're opening and click on it.
Yeah.
In America, a lot of people use a Gmail and automatically send it to the promotion, so it doesn't go to in mailbox. So I was wondering if you have a similar challenges. If you did you figure a way to go around it?
Yeah. So first of all, I was using Sendgrid. For the longest time, I was doing newsletters every week. And then recently I stopped because I was like, these aren't converting people. So I was like, I'm only gonna, you see, I'm personally the kind of person who doesn't like receiving spam. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna send out stuff only when there is a product announcement or something. But Sendgrid also was going into these promotion tabs. And the one recommendation that they give you is that you need to use lesser images and make it very, very text-based.
Yeah.
So when you start doing that, they do tend to like move towards your inbox a little bit more. So at least for my transactional emails, I'm keeping them very, very text-based because I don't want those to get missed, because even those come out through SendGrid. But there are some recommendations. You really can't work around this
The
problem.
transactional never gets, by the way, into that one, because the way they're sending it, it never goes to the promotion. It always goes to the email. So transactional, you don't have to worry about it. But any of the content marketing and news, that's where the challenges come in picture.
I've actually seen my transactional sometimes when I'm testing it go to my promotions as well. So yeah, but the thing is that I couldn't figure out another way except for making the emails really slim in terms of like heavy content.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I pulled you back in.
Oh, that's totally fine.